We have major new updates on the caravan tonight. Everything we've been warning you is unfortunately being proven true. Everything the media, people like Barack Obama, everything they were telling you, completely false. That's the subject of tonight's mini monologue. Still camped out in Tijuana, Mexico, following clashes with U.S. Border Patrol officers Sunday. Just today, DHS released more information on what are extremely dangerous conditions for many people. The high number of women who are assaulted during this journey. Griff Jenkins reporting that some migrants are actually self-deporting as they face diminishing prospects of entering the U.S. legally. And he's also uncovering that despite what the mainstream media has been telling you, the vast majority in the caravan happen to be men. And health officials there are reporting that 1/3 of the people traveling in the caravan are being treated for various health issues, including lice, skin infections, 3 confirmed cases of tuberculosis, 4 confirmed cases of chickenpox and more. And by the way, I think we should, on a humanitarian basis, help. But let me be clear. I said many times, I want many people in the caravan. I know that they're searching for a better life, but storming the border, attacking Border Patrol, rocks, bottles, other projectiles, that's not seeking asylum. When do you so-called asylum seekers act like that? We're also learning tonight none of the migrants involved in the clashes will face any prosecution, despite the president's vow that lawlessness on the border will not be tolerated. Meanwhile, the threat of more violence is even prompting the Department of Justice now to send DEA agents and U.S. Marshal Service personnel to Southern California. And just last night, we learned that an admitted MS-13 gang member was recently arrested at the border crossing east of Tijuana. And he's been identified as a 29-year-old Honduran, telling authorities he was part of the caravan. Despite mounting evidence, the media is continuing to downplay the real threat, all while ignoring the failures of the Obama administration and what they did. Oh, they shot pepper spray and tear gas at people that tried to come into the country illegally. Nobody reported on it then. Joining us now, NRATV contributor Dan Bongino, Fox News contributor, our friend Geraldo Rivera. Geraldo, you know, you got me so mad one night because I said to you, I told you this was coming. What do you want to do, Sean? You want to shoot? No, I don't. I have acknowledged to you how many times that I probably 99% want a better life, and I sympathize with that. I really do. My heart goes out. I want humanitarian health care. We can help them with TB and chicken. We need to do it. But the problem is laws, sovereignty, borders. That's what matters, and the identified criminals that have infiltrated the caravan.
Hello, Dan. I love you, my brother Sean. I stand shoulder to shoulder with both of you when it comes to exposing the Russia collusion illusion. But I think the harsh treatment of those migrants at the border with the pepper spray and all the rest of it, the militarization of the southern border, that doesn't make it right, Sean. That doesn't make it right. And
how do you stop people that are charging your borders? How would you do it?
Of the 42 arrested, 8 were women with children, Sean. Those scenes are etched in our national psyche now, like the separation of the children from their parents 2 months ago.
Where were all your liberal friends in the Obama years? He did
Sean, if indeed these sins were committed during the Obama administration, that doesn't make the sins being committed now right.
Okay.
We have a collective recollection.
But Dan Bongino, it's not just 42 people.
We can't treat these people like
there were hundreds of people.
One MS-13 member.
So what do we do
one
when
MS-13 member among 7,000 or 10,000?
Geraldo, Dan, what about our Border Patrol guys? Rocks, bottles, projectiles, tear gas isn't going to kill you. And I think parents have a responsibility to pull their kids away from that situation. That's their responsibility, too.
Yeah, Geraldo, again, I appreciate your nice comments. I consider you a friend, too, but you are way, way off base on this. I've stood at roll calls. I was a law enforcement officer. I'm not looking for anybody's pat on the back. Your tax dollars paid for it. It was a great job. But I ask you the same question Sean asked you. You're given a lot of platitudes. Nobody wants to see anybody tear gas. You win. Point stipulated. We both are empathetic to that. But that was not the choice of the Border Patrol officials. The choice was made by people who stormed the border illegally. And I ask you a very simple question, and I would sincerely appreciate an honest answer. You're standing in the face of these Border Patrol agents, patrolling our border, just doing their jobs to keep our nation secure. What do you tell them to do when a rock comes at their face? What? What's your answer? Nobody produces an answer. They just produce platitudes. What do you do?
This is what you do. This is what you do not do, Dan. You do not shoot tear gas
I didn't ask
at
you
women
what you
with
don't
small
do.
children.
I asked
you do
you
not
what
do that.
you do.
And you and Sean, you are both the grandsons or the great-grandsons of immigrants. Italian immigrants, Irish immigrants. They were slandered just like you were slandering these people with these.
My wife Paula's an immigrant.
They have diseases. They're bringing disease. Read the newspapers from the middle of the 19th century. The Irish were bringing diseases. The Italians were bringing diseases.
The question.
This is a slander.
Why won't you answer the question, Geraldo?
These are innocent people seeking a better life. What you don't do is you don't put 6,000 GIs with fixed bayonets at the border.
What do you do when they're throwing rocks and bottles at our agents?
All right, here's what you do. You send Spanish-speaking ambassadors to the crowd. You explain to them that they are not going to be able to rush the border. You explain to them the facts of the life. You explain to them the reality of what's happening.
There's hundreds of them charging at them.
This is a stain. This is a stain on the Trump presidency that it would be very difficult to eradicate.
Charging the border and charging at police. What if it's thousands? What do you do then? That's an important question you need to answer.
Are you going to believe those words? Are you going to believe your own lying eyes when you look at the video and you see the composition of this crowd? This is a benign, suffering civilian crowd.
Rocks.
You can
there we go. There's the rocks being thrown.
The three scenes of the rocks being thrown. What about the scenes of them living in squalor and in the athletic fields?
Do it legally,
where
Geraldo.
they're begging for food and overflowing toilets and the most inhumane conditions.
Why not claim asylum?
Where is USA
in the face of a border patrol agent?
That rock rippled in the tidal wave.
You're suggesting
you do it with humanity, Dan. You do it with humanity and compassion. Humanity and compassion.
Geraldo, I got to leave. Let me just say this: if we had the wall, nobody would get hurt on either side, and we'd have a door.
Let's build it. Let's build it.
We end on agreement.